We just saw Minerva win. Somebody just said, I think that's the first time I saw Minerva win on the stream.
Yeah, it is.
We've had the card a couple of times in our feature matches because only a handful of players have their hands on it. And every time, for some reason, they didn't really get the upper hand. The card was a nice addition to the deck, but it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah.
Today we saw quite a different story unfolding.
It was a fairy tale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So
Swiftly moving on.
Lightsworn now is a thing. It officially is a thing.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing Fairy Tale. I'm pretty sure it was called Fairy Tale Snow White in the USG. That's probably why I'm calling it that. I remember seeing that, and it was used in a lot of Shiran Yui decks with Lightsworns as well.
Right.
With Minerva. So that's
I've
been keeping my eye on it for a little while, and it's here we go. It's
how cruel? I mean, somebody said earlier. I don't think that you need 2 Minervas. Like one can already be enough.
one is kind of enough.
Although in the first game, I think we did see the second Minerva getting summoned, right?
Well, it got
because it got returned to the extra deck, so one would have been enough anyway.
Yeah, but like, I think 2 is the right number. You would never
just in
you would
case.
never play 3. Like if that effect Veiler if he'd have played Minerva there, I think it was more correct for him to play Minerva than play Dweller. I think he was playing Dweller in case it was in case the face down was Edia or something, so that then he could get back the Pantheism. I don't quite know. That was the only line of plays I could think about.
Since we just talked about that, how much was the second game specifically? Was it more that Fabio had the right cards, or was it more that Michele did not have the right cards?
I think it was Michele didn't have the right cards.
The second game, like almost any deck could have won that.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I think even if Michele had the right cards, Fabio would have still been able to.
That is yes, all right.
You know what I mean? Like
it's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
Of course. So in the end, it might not have mattered that he didn't have the best opening hand of all time.
Yeah.
But you never know. All right. So what do you make of this deck now? It seemed
really cool,
pretty consistent. It was consistently milling wolves. That was definitely something.
Yeah, but again, this is the thing we were talking about earlier, that you build your deck in such a way as to provide yourself opportunities to perform things like this. So twice we saw him mill wolf, and it beat that extra level 4 that he needed.
It might seem like he got lucky there, but it was just because he built his deck, he tested a lot, and he knows the correct order of the moves. And then sometimes it becomes a habit that you tend to get lucky, and others are calling you out for it. And in fact, it's just your skill when it comes to deck building and when it comes to enforcing those plays. That is the reason for why it happens so often. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, his deck is completely based around the idea of milling these cards, and he's playing 2 Minervas. That's potential 6 cards being milled, in quick succession over the course of two turns. That's a lot of cards.
Very often you're going to hit something that way.
Even just milling 1 wolf and then drawing 1 card is crazy, because you got one card from the.
It's 2 for free, basically.
Yeah. It's and like even when you think about the monsters that made the Minerva, it's essentially free because of where they came from.
What are the weaknesses of this deck?
Well, cards like.
I mean, you even said it prior to the second game. You said, well, he can just resolve domain and then the game is
because it's
almost over.
It's all about summoning from the extra deck.
Yeah.
Summoning all the Exceed monsters and being able to make all those plays.
You would think that Domain Monarch is a good match. Like, it's good for Domain Monarchs to have this matchup, even though just now we saw a different story unfold.
Yeah, I mean, I think in this particular case, in the second game, it made no real difference because Fabio opened Twin Twisters, so it didn't really make too much difference. But like in the first game, I don't know if he mained Twin Twisters. No, he wasn't maining Twin Twisters. So like if in the first game he'd have got Domain out, then he'd have had to only rely on Lila.
Yeah.
To get rid of Domain.
Okay, how do you think? Okay, so in this particular case, it looked like he had a good control over Domain Monarch. Also, we pointed this out frequently. The Monarch deck tends to have these dead hands every once in a while, so that's definitely good for him. Yeah. How about against other decks? What do you think there?
Yeah, I think it's you kind of play your own game, and you've got this huge toolbox of rank 4s and the main kind of synchro play being the Cyframe Omega. You can just take cards away from your opponent's hand. That's good against every deck. Right?
That's always
when your opponent can't play with their cards. Then
that's a pretty tough sell for them to come back in the game. All right.
Especially what we're saying with Monarchs. We said earlier that Monarchs has got a big showing here, and with Monarchs, if you're getting those bad hands with the full 5 cards, if you're playing with 3 cards,
yeah, and it gets so much harder, like infinitely harder.
Really tough.
All right. Do you think this deck has any really bad matchups?
I think Burning Abyss would be kind of a tough matchup because you don't really
so
have
much disruption.
Yeah, it's that as well as dealing with Dante is kind of tough. So the best you've got is like maybe multiple Castels. He's only playing 1. I guess the only real way is that 1 Abyss Dweller. If you can play that 1 Abyss Dweller and clear out their field.
Right, I guess that's definitely a question we should refer to the master himself, to Fabio Minicozzi. Let's bring him in for a short interview, and then you guys can hear from him how he can do against these decks.
Hello guys, welcome back to the coverage of YCS Rimini 2016. I'm here with Fabio, who's just won in our feature match with Light Swan. Hey Fabio.
Hi.
Really cool deck.
Thank you, thank you.
So why did you decide to play Light Swans at YCS Rimini?
Okay, I decided to play Minerva deck, Light Swan deck, when I bought them after European Champion. I do top 64 at European, and players that have Minerva only top 32. So I desired to have Minerva, so I bought them and play for this event.
Yeah. So
yes, I love a lot of to play deck that special summon a lot of monsters and not deck that are slow.
Yeah, I really like Light Swans. I've always liked Light Swans, however long Light Swans have been. So yeah, you're a big fan of Light Swans as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
a lot of for 2 years. Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Fairy Tale Snow. I think this is Fairy Tale Snow. Sorry, it's in a Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes. I played this deck also for Minerva, obviously. But for this card, this card is very, very, very good. You can Book of Moon one monster, my opponent monster, in battle phase, in other player's turn. So it's very good, and you can do the effect 1 times, 2 times, 3 times if you have a lot of cards. So
yeah, especially when you're milling all of your cards, you have loads of cards to be able to use its effect.
Good attack, 185.
Yeah, me and Ollie were talking about how Gaga Cowboy only 800 damage as a final damage, but 1850 is
it's
huge.
Good. Yes,
huge damage.
Yes. And against, for example, Burning Abyss, you can stop only summon Fairy Tale. Go face down and and he's locked.
Yeah, I was talking through all of your options for Burning Abyss, and I was thinking to myself, you don't really have to do much. You've got Abyss Dweller, Castel, but being able to use Snow to put them face down is really good.
Yes.
So you can stop them before they even make 1 Dante.
No, Dante only for the Winter Cherry.
Yeah.
Only for the Winter Cherry, and if you want, you can do Lumina discard with Minerva and Dante, but it's only for Winter Cherry.
If they're going to try and make Dante, you can put face down their Burning Abyss before they even make it.
Sure.
So how many Garnet are you playing? You're playing just 1 Garnet. How's that been?
For
Gem Knight?
Only one.
Only
because
one.
I play 45 cards. So it's not for a card. And for me, one is good. So and is a four stars. So you can do, for example, Goblin Burger, special summon.
Yeah, exceed summon.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you had any games during YCS Rimini where you have drawn Garnet?
One times. And I do Photon Thrasher, Gem Knight, Minerva, Mill to Wolf, and this game.
Oh, well, yeah, there was both of those games, both the games that we saw of yours. You milled Wolf as your final card from Charge of the Light Brigade and Minerva.
the second end is very, very good with Twin Twister and Trick Clown.
Yeah, Twin Twister Trick Clown, that was really, really strong. And you had your Spark Dragon protecting anti-spell fragrance.
Yes.
Even though his hand was not so good, if it was good, you would still be able to play so good.
It's one of the best combo of the deck. Spark with Mask of Restrict or Spell Fragrance against Monarch and the Mask of Anti-Spell Fragrance against Performapal.
Yeah, so not a lot of people are playing Ghost Reaper anymore. Did you manage to resolve it today?
I love when Burning Abyss starts for first. You can stop it and then you can do Dueller, Castle, and
Did you manage to do that today?
No.
Not yet.
I only take one Burning Abyss.
Okay.
Only one.
Okay.
And three more.
Yeah. So that's 5 rounds now that you've won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 5 rounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's not much more for me to ask about this deck. I mean, I really love Light Swans. And it's a really cool deck.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
So we'll be right back with even more great matches from YCS Rimini 2016.